Careful, SpongeBob. Careful, SpongeBob.
Be nice.
I'm finding it.
It take you that long to find it?
It does.
Hello, 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 hello. Did you miss me? There was only one correct answer. So guys, how are you doing? I hope you're feeling okay. I hope you're feeling great, because I don't. I just got my period and it sucks, okay? So, as you read the title, today we're gonna be bleaching my roots. As you can see, they're dark as hell. It's, I think, 4 months and a half of growth. So, if you did not check the last video of me like literally just bleaching like a year worth of growth, please do, because like this is where we at from like that timeline, okay? I'm gonna show you how my hair used to look so you can get a better idea. And I have been fading out my hair for the past like 5 months, like 4 months, something like along the line of that. So yeah, so this is where we at right now. Honestly, I actually wasn't going to bleach my roots. I did not care, but I do have a very important event that's like literally the day after tomorrow. We did not know that we're going to, it's another anime con, by the way, and of course I just get the chance to cosplay and have fun at these events. So yeah, we're as usual, we don't have that much time. Right now I'm gonna be oiling my hair. Why, you may ask? Good question. Also, if you're a hairdresser, please look away. Log off for me. Why are we oiling my hair? I'm just gonna oil the hair that is already bleached. Like, I'm not gonna touch like oil on like this part. The hair that's already been bleached, which is like this hair, we're gonna just like oil and like lather oil in it very well, especially the bangs. Because actually oil, especially if you have like a like this like raw oil like I do, like this is raw olive oil, it slows down the bleaching, like the bleach process. So if you're clumsy as hell like me and you accidentally like spilled some bleach on like those, for me those are very very weak parts, like they cannot handle anything. It will actually slow down the bleaching process, so you have time to wash off like and do everything without it being super damaged. And honestly, you wouldn't know like the kind of difference it makes until you start doing it. And of course, when I started doing it and listening to other girlies who have been dyeing their hair at home for years, I was like, wow, that's such a big difference. My hair that's, you know, like this over like bleached hair doesn't feel as damaged when I did that. Yeah, I'm gonna start at the bottom because you already know I told you that this part is like the most damaged part of my hair. If you did not watch the video of me like literally just bleaching my hair, please do. I actually did a really good job with bleaching my hair. I did not tone it whatsoever, but I did dye it like bluish, like purple, and that's why it looks like that right now. It's faded. It's kind of a different shades of gray and like purple and other colors in real life. I actually kind of vibe with it. I vibe with it a lot. As I am completely oiled up and ready, now let's move on to the next step. The next step is a very important one, and if you ignore this this step, I will find you. I'm under like your window right now. Vaseline. We're talking oil and Vaseline. This video is getting weird. Put Vaseline everywhere and anywhere and everywhere actually. But especially, let me show you where. We're taking this amount, we're rubbing it like this, especially on the ears. I get asked a lot, Kimmy, how do you still have seemingly long and healthy hair even though you bleach it and dye it a lot? And you might think, girl, you took the first 5 minutes of this video just putting oil on your hair. Well, yeah, that is how I make sure that I would still have hair by the end of this video. I'm a person that puts a lot of focus on prepping, and I'm a huge advocate that if you just dyed your hair correctly to begin with, your hair wouldn't be as damaged and fried. So that is why prepping is more important than anything. When it comes to Vaseline, put Vaseline around your ears, the nape of the neck, and your forehead. Bleach can be very harsh on the skin and it could cause like very serious allergic reactions. And that's why you want to put Vaseline on those areas to act as a barrier between your skin and the bleach, so you wouldn't have any rashes or anything like that. And let me tell you what I'm gonna do. If you watched my last video, you already have an idea of my ideology when it comes to bleaching my hair, which basically I'm just gonna start with the area that people usually wouldn't start with, which is the front area. They would start in the back because hair in the back is thicker, darker, so they can get their way to the hair on the front. The hair in the front usually like lights up faster and all that, right? Not my hair, baby. First of all, my hair is very dark, my hair is very thick. It's not like fine or anything like that. My hair is like it's like bleaching it is a task, first of all. And I hate the fact that when I'm starting like at this part and I'm getting just like started with the part in the like the front, this part is already platinum blonde. This part is already like light as hell. And then I'll like just have to sit around and I'll wash my whole head and I will have like beautiful blonde hair, and here I will have like orange, brown, disgusting hair. So what I do is I start in this part, I wait, I wash it without touching like the water in the, without, you know, and I sit down and I do that, and I then start with the part in the back. Or you know your girl, we don't do this without foils. Am I dumb? Do I look dumb? I'm a veteran. I'm a like at-home bleach veteran. I know what I'm doing. I have two lengths of foils. This is the length that I'm gonna use with this part, and because, as I said, the hair in the back is darker, it grows faster more than the hair on the front, we have like more like wider and taller foils. My bleach ratio and all that, I don't have a measuring anything to see the amount, but I know what kind of consistency I want to have, and my consistency is not watery. Imagine this with me. If you have 1 cup of like bleach powder, you should have 1.5 cups of your developer. Usually hairdressers would usually use 20 developer with roots, right? But obviously, because I've been doing my hair for a very long time, I know that 20 developer doesn't do anything for me. So what I do with my roots usually is that I mix a 20 developer and like 30 developer. 20 developer and 30 developer. This usually will create you like a 25, and this is the type of like developer that I use. Also, make sure you have like enough products on your hand. The worst thing that can happen to you is running out of product mid doing whatever you're doing. I finished putting the gloves on after 1,000 years. I have been suffering, and right now we're gonna start. Actually, bleach, as soon as you mix it, is already like developing. So like, oh, be fast with it, like be fast.
Oh, now we gotta go.
Gonna start with this one. I'm gonna try to give you all the tips that I can right now in this part, because actually the rest parts I'm gonna be filming time lapse. So this is my foil, right? I'm gonna actually start by placing bleach on the foil itself, like that. Exactly. I'm gonna try to get into my roots first, like, you know, like this, before, so I can like see if I'm doing this correctly or not. And then we're adding the foil right now. We're now mixing on the foil itself. Of course, I don't need to mention the fact that you need to use like a generous amount, right? I can see I can see the part that I'm like not putting bleach on, but at the same time I'm so afraid of overlapping. So I'm just gonna try my best to do this part however I could, you know, like that. Getting this foil, putting a little bit of bleach on this foil, like you know, like here, like the beginning part of the foil, like that. Closing it. Now here comes where I will need this one. If I have any like residue of bleach, I wipe it right here, and then I section. As we already said, small, skinny sections. Okay, see that? Make sure that you're getting into the parts. Accidentally touched the bleach to parts that have already been bleached. So I'm taking this like cloth right here. I'm wiping the parts that have been touched. And like also, if you have a chance, you can flip it like this and go underneath it like that. Can you see how much I'm adding? Be generous. A little bit of bleach on this foil like that. Wiping, sectioning. Does it make sense? I hope it makes sense, honestly. I sincerely apologize if my blabbering in the beginning did not make any sense. Most people have two brain cells. When I'm doing my own hair, I have one brain cell and it's barely working. So it's really hard for me to talk and at the same time get through my hair. But I want this video to be lighthearted, but also if someone wants to use it as a tutorial, they can at least get any type of information out. I feel like I have a lot of knowledge when it comes to doing my hair, but it's really hard for me to transfer this knowledge to other people by talking. But at least I hope that people can observe what I'm doing visually and they can like copy my movements if they're like thinking of doing their own hair at home. So yeah. We're literally finally at the last section of like this part. And I'm just like, I want to show you how I will like navigate this one. I was literally watching Brad Mondo watching people ruin their hair with bleach. And there's a girl over there that literally over bleached her roots like 3 times or something like that, to the point that she started bleeding from her scalp. That was interesting to watch. I love that, watching people like fry off their hair while I'm about to fry off my hair. Take the small brush that you have, take a little bit of bleach, go on the sideburns, like do this. Lift up, lift off, exactly. Go on the sideburns, go on like these parts, which is like the hairline, because like I already went on like this part here, okay, and you never know, I might also have actually forgot some part of it. You never know, because you could easily forget to do that, and believe me, and when you realize that you forgot to do that, it will be too late. Back at you with this part. If you watched the other video, you're gonna be familiar with what I'm about to do right now, and that if like the heat from like the foils isn't enough, also like the heat from like those like it being in this like wrap is gonna be nice. And because right now it's cold where I'm living, it's winter season in Egypt, I'm also gonna try to sit in front of the heater. I remember like a couple of years ago, I bleached one of my friend's hair when it was winter, and even though I like did everything that I could have done, her hair did not bleach as well as I thought it would, and that was because it was winter. So I'm gonna try avoiding that with myself right now. I'm gonna sit with this bleach for about 45 minutes, and I'm gonna be checking on the foils every like 10 minutes or something. Hi guys, this is editor Kimmy from the very far away future coming here to make an announcement. So up to this point there is no sound, and you may find this suspicious. You may ask, Kimmy, why there is no sound? So I was filming back then like normal, and then I'm checking the footage that I filmed, and then I notice there is no sound. And then obviously I start freaking out like any normal human being. I'm recording multiple videos, I go to text my friends, I try to do like any type of voice memo, voice recording, any type of thing. The voice is not working, and then I come to the conclusion that my mic stopped working. So then at this point I had like half of my hair bleached, right, and the back was like still black, and then obviously I went to wash like the half that I have already bleached, like half-ass washed it, and I already had like some bleach crust like literally in the back, and I was genuinely bawling my eyes. Like I was like crying. Like I'm filming this right now in November 2025. The video was filmed in March 2025. If I could like put a list of like top 10 meltdowns in 2025 that I had, the whole phone thing would be literally number 1. Like number 1. It was this bad. I went to sleep with bleach crust still in my scalp, and I think that bleach crust that was left is the reason why I have this gorgeous breakage right here, as you can see. And then obviously my vibe throughout like the rest of the videos that are filmed later on is kind of off. Like I'm looking a little bit gloomy, a little bit depressed, is because your girl was literally, I was genuinely bawling my eyes. So yeah, I hope you understand, and the rest of the video is gonna be just like voice recordings from my other phone. I hope you understand. I'm so sorry, divas. So yeah, hope you enjoy the rest of the videos. That video. Here's me next day, early morning. I said enough with the crying, let's get to the work. You have an event early morning next day, so you better get your shit together. So basically did the same thing with the back that I did with the front. Honestly, my camera placement here is not as rough, so I'm kind of happy about that. You can actually see what I'm doing. Well, you know, we change and we develop as people. Here is me giving y'all a look on how like I tied my hair in the front so I can like get it away from the back, and here is me showing you how I wrapped up the back, and I also sat in front of the heater to make sure that like, you know, my hair is getting all the heat that it needs so it can develop well. In this video I was trying to gaslight myself that I wouldn't need a second round, but baby, if you're doing blue and if your hair is pulling yellow in any type of way, shape or form, you better do that second round. Your hair is gonna end up green. If I was doing pink or purple, I would tell you that fine, okay, you can, your hair does not has to be as light, but if you're doing blue, no, it has to be super light. This is me trying to make like a satisfying video of me pulling all like the foils out, but spoiler alert, I did not place the camera well so you can see what's going on, so you can't see nothing. And here is me now realizing, oh, maybe I'm too low for the camera. Let me set up a little so I can show the people what I'm doing. And as you can see, I'm not seeing anything, and neither are you, I guess. Okay, here's me giving you like an actual closer look of how my hair turned up to be. So obviously me looking at those parts, I knew that, oh my god, I cannot avoid doing a second round. You're doing blue, your hair has to be super light. So honestly, I just needed to see like the problems that I needed to fix and places that I needed to focus on. Usually the hair in the back develops way worse than the front, and that's why my like the hair in the back of my head is like super orange or super yellow. In a way to convince myself that I desperately need that second round, I decided to take a video with a flash just to show how yellow my hair is. So yeah, after that, let's do the second round. So remember that diva that I mentioned earlier that ended up bleeding from her scalp from doing too many rounds on her roots? So the thing is, when I'm doing a second round on the roots, I avoid like my scalp. Like, okay, no more bleach on the scalp. Like, I'm completely avoiding putting any bleach on my scalp because hey, the hair that is near the scalp is actually very light. It does not need like a extra bleach on it. And also, you're literally going to burn your scalp if you put like literally bleach again on this area. So just put bleach on like the areas that are dark, that are pulling orange, and avoid any too light areas. Like, I'm also avoiding any area that is like too light that I like, you know, that could definitely break or snap if I put extra bleach on it. This is me showing y'all how I did everything, wrapped up my head pretty good, and just like sat again for another 45 minutes. This is me after I washed my hair. I desperately needed any type of treatment, so I did like a conditioner and a hair mask mixed with actually like a little bit of blue and purple so I can like tone my hair a little bit. This is me. I'm always realistic about how much hair I lost, and I actually did not lose that much hair from the second round, and I didn't lose any hair from the first round, by the way. So yeah, this is like just all the hair that I lost. This is me after like half an hour. You can see that my hair is becoming less yellow. It's actually getting more toned. I used like a semi-permanent blue and purple and mixed it so I can like make this mixture to tone my hair, and it always actually helps a lot with like the whole yellow and brassiness. I used a local like blue semi-permanent hair dye and I mixed it with also a little bit more of my conditioner and my hair mask. I usually always start with the roots, and I make sure that I cover each root like very carefully. I do the same thing that I do with bleach, but I do it with the semi. Semi wouldn't hurt your head. They don't have any chemicals in it, but you should also make sure that your hair is equally covered. So roots first, and then I drag the dye to the end. Sectioning will always be your best friend. So start with like small sections when you're dragging the dye to like the taller ends, and just make sure that each little like strand is equally covered well in with the dye, because literally if you forgot any tiny part after you wash your hair, it's gonna be like completely yellow and it looks really bad. This is me showing y'all that my hair is like completely covered. Honestly, I did like a human Sonic cosplay, so this color was definitely given Sonic. Here is the long-awaited for reveal. I hope that the multiple videos next to each other are not too distracting. I discovered that I did not take a lot of good content when I was there at the event. As you can see, my ends are darker than my roots, but I did not care. I loved it. A lot of people literally thought I was wearing a wig from how bright my hair looked. The camera is not even picking up how bright my hair looked in real life, so I will put you like a little bit of photos so you can see how bright my hair actually looked. This is how my hair looked a month later. I will also add more photos so you can see how it looked clearly. As always, if you made it till the end of the video, you are a real one. Hair videos like this takes a lot of time to film and edit, so I really hope you liked it. Leave me your comments and your thoughts and your questions and everything down below. I literally respond to all the comments, guys, so don't be shy. Raccoon Kimmy on a lot of different platforms, Instagram and TikTok. And also, if you liked videos like that, I have other videos on my page, so feel free to subscribe and to check my other videos.